back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Bryce Cabeldue, Kansas offensive lineman. He spent most of his career playing tackle left and right, and to me, he's going to slide right in on the interior at the next level. It just fits like his size and physical profile really well, and his play style. Like, that's exactly like where I think he can thrive. Like, to me, he's going to be a late round sleeper because his run blocking film is so impressive. Absolutely shines. He has really good movement skills, and his pro day backs it up. If you go back and watch or look at his athletic testing, he tested really well in nearly every category, and does a good job on, like, whether it's down blocking, movement on space on pulls, or reach, outside zone stuff. To me, I actually think like he's a really good fit for like a Shanahan style system. Your team running that Shanahan style scheme, I think he does a really good job on that stuff. You can utilize his movement skills to the fullest advantage in those situations, and then also I think some of the pass protection issues would be helped out in the Shanahan style scheme. Plus, also having him go to the inside should make give him an easier time in pass pro. But he's got really good balance, really good explosiveness. You can see the lateral quickness here. So 77 backside. Love seeing this on the backside of a toss action here. He's basically working a reach block, and he's got to cut this guy off. And look how explosive he is off the ball here. He explodes, just looks way comfortable. He looks more explosive than every offensive lineman. Look how he's able to cut this guy out very quickly. Yeah, the left guard throws back a drag hand to help him out, but he's able to cut off the 3-tech very fast, takes a great angle, really explodes out of that stance, and then once he gets his hat across, he's able to then get his hips across as well. That's really, really perfect. It's all about angles, leverage in the run game on these types of concepts, and Cabeldue just absolutely thrives in these situations. He's such a good run blocker here. I actually do think, like, if he ends up in a Shanahan style system, he's going to be a good player at the next level, because of their scheme, and he's literally just a glove fit. Here's another example of him working laterally. Sometimes it's not always about reach blocking. Not able to always cut someone off. Like this guy who's playing as like a 3-4 is able to stay ahead of the game, but look at him just strain and sustain this block. He's resetting his hands too, which I love. Look how you reset that right hand to get it back into a better position to refit. And since he's not able to completely cut him off and he stays basically even with him, it now gives your running back actually a two-way go, because he's able to work him down the line of scrimmage enough horizontally. He's able to find that cutback lane. So, as I'm saying, using the momentum and positioning and leverage against them can always be a help. And he sticks with it, sustain, and look at him finish to the ground, which I love that. Definitely has a little bit of nastiness to him, but I think it's really those movement skills combined with run blocking technique that can really stand out, and he does at least have a mauler mentality here at left tackle. So like, he has experience playing both tackle spots, but I do think he will be a guard for sure at the next level. Another example of him just hooking people so fast. People that have natural leverage advantage, look how easy and quickly he's able to fire off the ball and get exactly where he needs to be, hat across, and now he's got good hand placement. He's able to sustain that, get his hips with it, and he's sustaining this the whole time. Guy has no chance, doesn't disengage until super late in the play, and he still sticks with it too, which is great, because this is a toss. Sometimes these are longer developing. You got to hold on to your block, or they're running a speed option in the backfield, so since it can be a little longer developing, get that option out there, he's able to stick with it, and then give your chance for your guy to find the cutback lane, use your hands, physicality. Even though he pushes him out of the league, he still finishes this other guy too, which is funny. Love seeing that from Cabeldue. Left tackle does a good job. Like, he's even with this edge, so he's able to fire off the ball. He's going to win that if he's even right away. Cut him off. Good hand placement, good hips. I think good bend, good base, good balance. And now once he's here, look at the guy. Like, guy gets a little bit over the top, and he hits him with the snatch and throws him to the ground. So it's nice to see, he has some moves in the bag as well, which is always a big, nice thing. And now being on a play side, a lot of these he's been on like the back side of, whether it's outside zone, tosses. Here on the play side, sometimes you don't always want to reach block. This guy has a clear like leverage advantage. He's clearly going to try to set the edge on you. Instead of trying to reach it and get in the outside, you want to be able to turn and kick him out. And look at the like torque that he's able to create with his hips and like right hand up, like right arm up there. And he's able to throw him to the ground. Love seeing that. It's not always like sometimes, you're not always trying to capture the outside. You're actually trying to hit off the back of this. The running back, for some reason cuts it too quickly. If he hits up through here, he actually has a decent chance. 33 was kind of blown up the play, but 77, Bryce, he absolutely destroys his man, able to kick him out, put him to the ground. Love seeing that. Here he is down blocking. So if you want to work some gap schemes concepts, he can work combos pretty well with the left guard. Attack the low hip. Look at the leverage. You want to attack the low hip to create lateral displacement, which he does. And he attacks the low hip so well. He takes this guy to the ground super easily. Technique, situation, the mentality for it, the physicality, it's all there. And he does this stuff pretty often. Here they're running QB draw. Almost, gives kind of the feel of a jump set with how he plays this, because they're kind of selling the pass. He gets into him and he just uses that momentum to drive it out of there. The guy does exactly what he wants. He just shows good feet, good hands. Doesn't allow him to get across the inside. Like, he has those redirection skills. Very hard to cross his face easily on those types of situations. But yeah, look at the displacement, man. As a right tackle, he's able to get engaged. Doesn't have a super great base off the middle here, but the fact that he gets engaged here, has good hand placement now, and look at him just torque, strain, sustain, and move this guy horizontally and then finish to the ground. Like, that's so impressive, man. I'm just really, really impressed with a lot of those types of plays. He was absolutely bullying defensive ends at Kansas, and that stuff is just all over the film. Right tackle, you can see him pulling out in space. This is another example of his movement skills. Moves pretty well. Gonna throw a body on a DB finish. Love seeing that. Just looks pretty comfortable as a space player. Maybe doesn't look the most explosive he's ever looked, but he's looking for work. He takes good angles, and a lot of times when guys are moving out in space, they don't always get a body on someone. The offensive lineman can struggle to get DBs. He completely squares up his guy and is able to, ends up torquing him to the ground. You can see him right there, torque him to the ground. So pretty impressed with that stuff. Here at right tackle, play side of more, outside zone on a jet sweep sort of situation, at least, not exactly jet sweep, but very similar. And he's able to get out. Guy tries to cross his face. Instead of, finishing to reach, he almost uses that left hand to toss him out to the side, use that own momentum against him, and finish him to the ground because he knows if he gets him in the way. And he even stays on his feet. Like, he doesn't end up blocking anyone else after this, really, because he's, going to be late, but he's still able to stay up and still look for work, which I think is such an impressive part of this game. And it's just stuff like this, man. Like, he gets a little help from the tight end right there, but he, clearly he plays in sync with his offensive lineman and tight end on working these kind of combos, and he's able to, throw him out of the way, completely displace, and then finish, which gives your running back a potential lane to work through if your other guys end up, doing their job. But he's just constantly making these types of plays. Horizontal displacement. Love seeing this. Combo block, attack the low hip, make that horizontal displacement, and then once you do that, guy has complete control. Find the second level defender, cut him off, do a good job, and then also, potentially finish, and your running back goes into the end zone. So he's definitely was one of the more surprising guys I found late in this process because of how good the run blocking was. The athleticism is all there. He has the type of traits and plays and production as a run blocker that translate well to the next level, especially in a heavy outside system scheme. Like, he understands angles, leverage. He has the athleticism to make those plays happen on a consistent basis. And he's just willing to be physical and not he doesn't lack play strength and balance, which I think is very important. Sometimes the guys that are super athletes can lack some play strength at time and even some core strength and balance and end up on the ground. I don't think that was an issue with him at all, and I think that's a very important detail to know with him. So if you're new to that, comment, subscribe, and hit the